All right, here we go. Another episode of Record Collection. We saw a little bit of a pullback last week, I think, on Tuesday night when I did my record collection where we revisit the Michael Jordan card sales from the Fanatics Weekly Auction 2 nights before. That always end on these Sunday nights. These are going to be the Michael Jordan cards that ended in Fanatics Weekly Auction number 176. And you guys, I was talking to my folks at Fanatics Collect. This was the biggest volume and quantity, dollar volume and quantity weekly auction in the history of Fanatics Collect. So something's going on in the hobby. There's a movement. There's a lot of positive energy when it comes to prices, specifically on Michael Jordan stuff. We're going to look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Michael Jordan cards that sold last night that tell an interesting story. Many of them broke all-time records. Enjoy the video. You're going to get this every single Tuesday night to get your Jordan fix and get you an idea of what's going on with these Michael Jordan cards. Some of them not hierarchy cards. Some of these are a little bit of a more obscure version. But the weekly auction that ended last Sunday was the biggest in history, 15,000 plus items. So a lot of ongoings in the hobby. Enjoy the video. Hopefully this gets your week off to a great start. Thanks, guys. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another record collection video where we're going to check on the Michael Jordan cards that sold last night or 2 nights ago on the Fanatics Weekly Auction number 176. Before I get started, I would be remiss if I didn't try to pay some bills here and get this channel monetized. The way that I get compensated by Fanatics is by you guys using the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N, when you submit your cards to Fanatics Collect to sell. It doesn't have to be Michael Jordan cards breaking records. It could be Jaden Daniels. It could be C.J. Stroud. It can be Giancarlo Stanton. It can be a wrestler. It can be Coco Golf. It could be Pokemon cards. Anything. Anytime you submit cards to sell on what is becoming one of the hottest sales platforms in the world, in the hobby for sure, Fanatics Collect. Remember to use the promo code Cajun, all capital letters. All right, let's get going. We're good. First card, a card that I did actually make a run at. I have the other hot list and a PSA 10. I don't have this 1995. This 95 PSA 10 last night or 2 nights ago went for $45.60, guys. We're talking about a Pop 28 card. This has got a 3% gem rate. What do we say? This is a recipe. What is the perfect storm for an all-time record? Michael Jordan, hierarchy card, PSA 10, new label, low pop total number of pops in PSA 10 and tiny gem rate. This one checks every one of those boxes. And what do you know? Here is an all-time record last night, 2 nights ago on Fanatics Weekly Auction number 176. It sold for $45.60. The highest sale before that was about 6 months ago, just before Christmas of last year when it sold for $3,600. This is a card that is doing very well. If we look at this card over the last 2 years, again, it's crescendoing into that sale from 2 nights ago. You're talking about a card that's up, well, damn near 3 times, right? This is a $1,500 card about 2 years ago. The card is now a $4,560 card. 28 of them out there. Go get it while you can. Next, we've got a star card, and I pulled this one out of the woodwork, but that's why you guys pay me the small bucks. This is the 1985 star, last 11 Rookie of the Years. I think it's a great image of young Jordan in his USA outfit there. 84-85 Rookie of the Year card. Not many of these out there, so this might be cheating a little bit, but it is the highest sale ever for a PSA 8 that I could find. Me personally, there are 50 PSA 8s. That is clearly the grade you're going to get if you send it in for grading. 876, those are your numbers. There are only 8 graded higher, and I did not know this. You guys check this out. There is actually a PSA 10 of this out there. Yes, PSA, who only recently started grading these cards, has given some lucky bastard out there a PSA 10. That would be huge. 4,080 is the new number for this 1985 star rookie last 11 Rookie of the Years. Even more obscure than that, we're talking about the 2005. This is post-playing career Jordan from Ultimate Collection. That was sort of the Exquisite's baby brother. Ultimate Collection was an incredible product. If I'm not mistaken, I think it predated Exquisite by a couple of years, but then Exquisite came along and became the creme de la creme. But this 2005 Ultimate Collection silver, I think it's just a silver parallel to the base. Card number 16 in the set, serial number to only 25. I think it is a Pop 1, which is obviously a big deal. Why is it a big deal? I can tell you why it's a big deal. I guarantee you somebody on the set registry, Chase, bought this card. I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you this was a set registry monkey that bought this card. And I mean monkey in a very friendly way. I mean a set registry jockey, a set registry adherent, someone who adheres to the rules of the set registry and is chasing glory along with some of my good friends. I'm not in that race, but I know you guys are out there, and that's what happens. And that's why sometimes PSA cards are selling better than BGS cards. They don't have a damn set registry that people care about. So $32.40 last night for this card. That is the highest sale of that card in history. If we take out the, let's just take out PSA and 10. The card sold 5 times. $32.40 is triple the highest price before that of $1,050, and that was for a BGS 9 copy just a couple of weeks ago. Next on our list, we've got the Kilroy. This is not a record, but I wanted to share it with you. Why? And you're going to see it on a future mail day, so raise the roof. Cajun actually won a Michael Jordan sort of card. Who the hell is Johnny Kilroy? There's a story behind it. I might even do a whole video. A couple of people have suggested that I should. But this is the 93 Upper Deck Special Edition SE Johnny Kilroy PSA 10. Not too many of these out there. I wanted to show you guys. This is why I'm so proud of myself. This is a Pop 19 in PSA 10. Look at the gem percentage. This is not a rare card, people. It's been graded over 1,000 times. I've got 10 more of them here in these white boxes over here. So this card's not rare, but it tells a little bit of a story, and it's fun, and it's impossible to find a PSA 10. I was lucky enough to find one, but this is why I'm so excited. Again, there's your card. There's Johnny Kilroy / Jordan. I got it for $28.80 last night, and if we just kind of sort this thing by price, that is nowhere remotely near the all-time high. $5,500 was the all-time high back in 2023, so I am not the all-time record. If we sort by date, my $28.80 still looks phenomenal. The last 4 sales, $39.60, $3,000, and $5,500. So this is a card that has sold in PSA 10 only 4 times in the last, almost 3 years. So I was really excited about that pickup last night. I don't know if you can tell. 1996 Metal Net Rageous PSA 8. No more PSA 10s. We don't need a PSA 10 to break an all-time record. We got a PSA 8 Net Rageous right here. And I don't remember, is this really an all-time record? No, this is the second highest sale ever. Okay, so this card back in, oh gee, surprise, 2021 sold for $2,500. Last night it does $23.10. So I know it's called Record Collection, but if anything gets close or there's a story to tell, I always like to share it, and I think this one is a story because this is a card that's up 71% over the last 2 years in a PSA 8 slab. So it seems to me that as 10s start to get away on some big cards like this, right? Like a 10, if we're going to look real quick. I mean, you're talking about a $23,000 card. Maybe $25,000 card. I mean, that is huge numbers, right? You're going to leave 95% of the hobby, maybe 99% of the hobby out of the mix. They're not going to be in a bidding war for the next PSA 10 that comes along. So you have to matriculate down. If you want a net rageous, you got to settle for the 8s, 7s, 6s. And I say settle, you're still talking about a great card, which is almost imperceptible to the eye, the difference between an 8 and a 10. But 79 pop in a PSA 8, and this is the highest sale of the last 12 sales over the last 2 years. So I did think that bared mentioning. It is not the all-time record, so I can't ring a bell on that one, but second highest sale ever is not too bad of a consolation prize on another Michael Jordan hierarchy card, and that's not a great picture. The card looks much better in hand. It's not quite that drab. Next on our list, we've got a real shocker here, and it was a big jump. I went ahead and I actually bid on this because I own a copy of this card in a PSA 10. I felt like it was a little bit underappreciated given what the pack odds are. Of course, there is a Tiffany version, which is a little bit more rare and a little bit more valuable, but this crystal version is sort of that next parallel below the Tiffany. This is the 1997 card number 23 crystal parallel. This is a card you will also find in the Michael Jordan hierarchy. And by the way, Michael Jordan hierarchy posters are still available. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to link a video at the end of this video on your end screen. You're going to see how to use the promo code Cajun on Fanatics, and you're going to see another video that talks about the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy poster. I've sold over 500 posters. There are 400 still available, and I am bringing some to the National. This is the first time I've told anybody. I'm driving up there with Cajun Jr. We're going to try to put a couple hundred in the back of the vehicle and get them up there without messing them up and getting them all wrinkled. We're going to have those in the hotel lobby. I can't even remember the name of the hotel we're staying at, but it's going to be in the hotel that is across the street. You can take the skywalk in the lobby. Cajun Jr. is going to be selling those things in the evenings, hopefully for a little bit cheaper price, so you don't have to pay for the shipping. The problem with me getting these posters to people now is that I got to pay sometimes $50, $60 to ship them, and it's $75 for a poster. So essentially, I'm trying to sell the posters, but the shipping has gotten outrageous, and I haven't raised my price, even though shipping has gone up since these things were manufactured. Beautiful 3 by 2 foot glossy front and back with a huge pack odds list and 300 plus of Michael Jordan's best inserts and parallels from the 90s. That's what the hierarchy is. This card's in that hierarchy right there. This card sold for $2,130 last night. The record before that was just 6-7 days ago, 1,600. So that's 2 in a row. PSA sold that one on eBay. Probstein had the record before that. Look at these sales. These sales are all 2025. So 3 sales, the 3 highest sales ever were all in calendar year 2025. So this is a card to sort of keep an eye on. 291 graded. That's not very many. And I think part of the reason is it kind of looks like a base card, right? It is different and does say crystal up there, but kind of looks like a base card. 17 is the pop, 8% gem rate, single digit gem rate. Next, we've got another obscure one. It's a 1998 Upper Deck UD3, number 233, rainbow foil sample. I don't think you can tell really the rainbow foil aspect of this card with this 2D image, but it is a rainbow foil sample, which makes it makes it quite rare actually. This card last night sold for $1,560. That is the all-time record. If we look at this card, it's only been graded 101 times. There's 8 PSA 10s. So again, low pop count in PSA 10, low gem rate, low total quantity of graded. I don't really seek this card out, but it's card number 233. From that 1998 Upper Deck UD3, which, you know, some would aver is a Michael Jordan playing year card. And then this one, we're not even going to talk about PSA. We're going into the BGS world, and this is a min gem. So this is not like a gem plus plus. This is not a 210 subgrades. It's not even a quad gem. It's the weakest of the gems, and it's the corners that's got a 9, and you can tell it's the top right corner. And guess what? All-time record, 1997 hierarchy card, Metal Universe Championship, all Millennium team Michael Jordan in a minimum gem slab, sells for $1,470 last night. That is a monstrous jump over the last sale of $860. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of, you know, American dollars, but percentage-wise, it's a really freaking big jump. Is that like a 50% jump? No, it's more than a 50% jump. That is a humongous jump from the last sale. And guess when the last sale was? Over the all-time record. That's a 50% jump over the all-time record. And the all-time record was set, not surprisingly, in 2021. If we go to dates sold, look at this. The last one sold for $824. There was a sale this year. That's going to be, no. Somebody picked it up for $325. Here it is selling. Good Lord, that was just 3 weeks ago. Somebody picked this up on eBay for $325, and this one sold for $1,470. Let's keep an eye on this. Maybe that's too big of a jump. Maybe it's too big to be true, right? I can't vet all these sales, but here you go. For Beckett right here, 21% gem rate, grades actually pretty well. 31 of those have been graded. Normally I'd shout out Reggie Miller, but Zelmo Beatty, Hall of Fame NBA player, also wore jersey number 31. So shout out to Zelmo Beatty for all of you old blue hairs out there that are still watching the channel. I just offended like half of the world's population that's older than me. Anyway, 31 BGS 9.5 gems out there, 22% gem rate. 1470 seems to be the new number, but let's chill, let's wait, let's make sure it gets paid. 1470 is a humongous jump since 824. And then the last card is just me selfishly showing you a card that I sold last night on Fanatics Collect, and why I choose to sell my cards on Fanatics Collect, and why I think it's certainly at least a viable option you guys should consider using the promo code and selling on Fanatics Collect as well. This was my sale last night. night of a 1997 Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 8. I picked up a really clear PSA 9 copy, which looks great. This 8 was a green, as you can tell. So I sold my relatively green 1997 Topps Chrome Michael Jordan Refractor PSA 8 for $1,050. That was beyond my expectations. The last one on Fanatics sold for $1,080. The sale before that, $990, $1,225, $919. So I was really pleased with the $1,050 sale last night. I think I netted like $960 or something like that on the card, somewhere around there. So that's another $1,000 that goes back into my Fanatics account. If I want the money, I just wire it back to myself, but I want to leave it in that Fanatics account. Why? Because I'm always constantly buying cards on Fanatics. And so now I've got another $1,000 to play with, and maybe I can go pick up another Michael Jordan card that I don't have a copy of. And that's just sort of been how I've been collecting over the last 6 months. It's been a slow grind. I've been messing with soccer, but in the Michael Jordan world, I'm looking for upgrades to the cards that I have and better grades or better quality cards. Or I am looking to fill those slots in the hierarchy project for cards that I do not yet have. And so as I pick up a higher graded card, I'll sell the lower graded card. So it helps defer some of the cost of those cards. I don't know how you guys do it. There's a million ways to collect in the hobby. That's just what I've been doing lately, but it's been a slow grind because all these damn Michael Jordan cards are selling for so much. I'm not winning as many auctions as I used to. So that's why I was so excited about picking up that Kilroy last night. Anyway, that's it for Record Collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this on June 3rd, my birthday. Can you believe that? 51 years old today. The Nationals right around the corner. Can't wait to get up there and see you guys. Like I said, I should have a big stack of hierarchy posters up there. You can buy 10, 12, 14 of them at a time. I don't even care if you go flip them. You can go buy hierarchy posters and flip them if you really want to. I'm going to be selling them for much cheaper up there in Chicago in the hotel lobby across from the Nationals. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys as always for watching. Check out these 2 videos on the end screen. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.